Hello and welcome back to another video. Hope you are doing well. So as you can read in the title of this video, it's going to be historical and mythological fiction. Now, these are the two genres that I personally keep coming back again and again. And recently I have read few books on these genre which I just couldn't contain myself but to discuss with you all. So without further ado, let's get started. So our first stop is mythology, and it had been some time that I have read anything on Mahabharat, and there were two books that were in my TBR for so long that I almost forgot. And I read them finally, and they are like these: The Karn, the Great Warrior by Ranjit Desai, and Karn's Wife by Kavita Kane. So let's start with Karn, the Great Warrior by Ranjit Desai. Now, this book focuses entirely on Karn, his life, his friendship, his generosity, his curiosity to know who his real parents were, and the struggle and his ultimate tragic death. One of the strongest aspects of this book is Karn's curiosity and the pain regarding his birth and his lifelong quest to know who his real parents were and where he belonged. And also, there's one point that stuck me the most is like how people around him considered him as a bad influence. Like, supposedly, he is the one who is guiding his friend towards all the wrongdoing. But there are very beautiful scenes written when it comes to conversation between Krishna and Karan, and that is an highlight of this book. And if after reading this book you will feel like Karan is that elder sibling in the house जिसको सब कुछ पता रहता है सबके बारे में, like सब उसको अपना दुख दर्द बताने आते हैं, but and he listens to everyone, but when he needs someone to listen, there's no one. Second book is Kan's Wife, The Outcast Queen by Kavita Kane. Now, this book, if you have read The Palace of Illusion and The Forest of Enchantment, you will enjoy this as well. This book tells the story of Urvi, a Kshatriya prince who marries Karn, and which she know that nobody in the society will accept this union. She was expected to marry Arjun, but she chose Karn instead of him, and with that one decision, she became outcast. If you remember, there was an archery contest that was organized in Hastinapur after all the princes were graduated, and Karn came there. He showed his skills and was admired by all. But when his lineage was questioned, he was mocked, especially by Bhim. And Urvi was present there. She was by Kunti's side and saw everything unfolds there. What I loved about this character is her fearlessness. After reading all the Mahabharat related book, I can say that there are these two female characters that really impressed me. And the first one is Draupadi and the second is Urvi. Like, she's blunt, she has this aura, does not go people to people explaining herself to everyone. Galat to galat, sahi to sahi. She's like that, and she confronts people directly without hesitation, and that makes this character really powerful. Let's move on to historical fiction. Our first book is The 20th Wife. Now, in this book, our main protagonist is Mehrunisa, who is also known as Noor Jahan, the 20th wife of Emperor Jahangir. Now, she is born into a Persian refugee family who were ousted from their kingdom, and she was born on their way to India to becoming the last or the most influential empress of the Mughal India. And that is the trajectory of her life. And this book is not just a monotonous listing of events, but it gives voice to the character. And I think exactly for that reason why we love The Palace of Illusion or The Forest of Enchantment. Historical fiction become more appealing when you get to know what happened behind the scenes. Like, let's take an example from this book. Akbar ka darbar chal raha hai, and we will eventually get to know what transpired from that darbar, what arguments were put forth, what debate happened, and whatever that things happened there. But do we know what conversation took place in the Zanana, what influence these royal ladies had on the decisions that were taken, or what conspiracies were brewing quietly? Apart from this story, you get to experience the empty winter nights of Lahore, the scorching summer of Agra, the heavy rains of Bengal, or the parched land of Rajasthan. And this is just part one. There is a sequel to this book too. Now let's jump a few generations ahead to A Blood-Soaked War of Succession, and the book is Miss Fortune's Favorite, A Tragic End of Dara Sukho. History always remembers the victor, but what about those who tried and perished in the process? This book narrates the story of Dara Shikoh, an apparent heir to the Mughal throne, how he escaped for his life when his brothers turned against him for the throne, how he wandered to Delhi, Lahore, Rajasthan, and beyond seeking refuge and support, and only to be betrayed in the end by someone whom he had saved long back. What makes this book impactful is its pace. Like, it is short and fast paced and emotionally heavy because it covers the incident that happened during that 1 year where Dara Shikoh was running here and there seeking refuge before his capture. And after reading this book, you will think of like destiny, how power and how politics can be cruel to a person. The final book in this recommendation is The Last Queen by Chitra Banerjee Devkarni. Now, this book narrates the story of Rani Jandan Kaur, who was the last queen of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. And you may feel a little similarity to that of 20th Wife, but this book has its own nuances. Like, it's an exhaustive, comprehensive account of her life. She was the daughter of a royal kennel keeper to becoming the last queen of the Sikh Empire and then becoming a regent to her son Maharaja Duleep Singh. What truly stands out in this book is how this book transforms after Ranjit Singh's death. The pace of this book, it becomes fast. The tone of this book changes and we are introduced to a completely different form of her where she is fierce, she is strategist, she is protective, she is fighting with whatever little she has been left with. And if you enjoy reading woman-centric historical fiction, then this book, along with The 20th Wife, will be a perfect combination. So that will be all for today's video. Hope you like this recommendation. And if you have stayed till here, thank you so much. It really means a lot. I'll be back soon with new videos. Till then, you can start reading and share your experience here. I would be more than happy to know if you have picked any of these books. Thank you so much.